Don't be insecure. He's like a brother to me. She said about the guy whose lap she was sitting on at the party. I looked at him, looked at her, said, keep it in the family. Walked out. She called 47 times that night. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. So, a bit of background. I'd been with Sarah, 27F, for 3 years. We met through mutual friends at a casual bar hangout in our mid-sized city. Nothing fancy, just good vibes and easy conversation. She worked as a social media coordinator for a local marketing firm, always glued to her phone, curating the perfect feed. Me? I'm Alex, a marketing coordinator myself, but more on the back-end side, analyzing data, running campaigns that don't require me to pose for selfies. I liked the stability. It paid the bills, let me save a bit, and gave us a comfortable apartment downtown. From the start, I was all in. Sarah had this energy, outgoing, always planning the next adventure, dragging me to parties or weekend trips. I wasn't the most extroverted guy, but I made it work for her. Hell, I sacrificed a lot without even thinking twice. Flashback to about a year into dating. I got offered a promotion that would have meant relocating 2 hours away for better pay and growth. It was a dream step up, but Sarah was stressed about her own job hunt at the time. She'd just been laid off from a gig and was piecing together freelance work. I need you here, Alex, she'd said one night, curled up on the couch with tears in her eyes. I can't do this alone right now. So I turned it down, stayed put, picked up extra shifts to cover her share of rent while she got back on her feet. I cooked dinners, listened to her vent about toxic bosses, even helped her revamp her resume. In return, she posted cute couple pics online, tagged me in stories about my rock, and things felt solid. Or so I thought. But looking back, the cracks were there. Sarah had this group of work friends she hung out with a lot. Happy hours, team building events. One guy in particular, Mike, kept popping up. He was the fun type, late 20s, always organizing bar crawls or spontaneous road trips. She'd mention him casually. Mike's hilarious, you should come next time. I'd met him a few times. He seemed all right, but something about the way she'd light up texting him bugged me. I'd brush it off. Don't be that insecure guy, right? She'd reassure me. He's like a brother, Alex. We've known each other forever through work. Yeah, famous last words. Things escalated slowly. She'd come home later from work drinks, smelling like someone else's cologne, but swear it was just crowded bars. Her phone would buzz at odd hours, and she'd angle it away when I glanced over. I started feeling like a backup plan, like I was the reliable one she came home to after chasing excitement elsewhere. It ate at me, but I didn't confront it head on. Instead, I doubled down, planned surprise dates, bought her that necklace she'd eyed online for her birthday. Flashback number 2. Last summer, I skipped a guy's trip to the coast because it overlapped with her big presentation at work. I want to be there to celebrate with you, I told her. She hugged me tight, posted about it. Best boyfriend ever, 2 hearts. But inside, I was starting to wonder if I was just convenient. Cut to the night, everything blew up, the party. It was at a mutual friend's place, one of those housewarmings that turns into a full-blown bash. Sarah insisted we go. She'd been hyped about it all week. It'll be fun, Alex. Loosen up a bit. I wasn't thrilled. Work had been brutal, and I could have used a quiet night, but I went for her. We arrived together, but she quickly peeled off to mingle with her crew. I grabbed a drink, chatted with some buddies, kept an eye out. About an hour in, I wandered into the living room looking for her. And there she was, perched on Mike's lap on the couch, his arm around her waist, both laughing hysterically at some inside joke. The room was packed, music blaring, but time slowed for me. People were glancing over, whispering. My stomach dropped. I stood there for what felt like minutes, processing. This wasn't like a brother. This was blatant, public disrespect. She'd crossed from emotional flirting into something physical, right in front of everyone we knew. She finally noticed me, her eyes widening for a split second before she plastered on that smug smile. She didn't even get up, just waved me over like it was no big deal. Hey babe, come join us. Don't be insecure, Mike's like a brother to me. Her voice was light, dismissive, like I was the one overreacting to her sitting on another guy's lap. I froze for a second, heart pounding. The room felt smaller, the laughter around us mocking. But I didn't yell or cause a scene. That's not me. Instead, I looked at Mike, who had this awkward grin, like he knew he'd been caught, but didn't care. Then back at her, still comfy on his lap, not even bothering to move. My mind raced through all the times I'd let things slide, all the sacrifices I'd made. And just like that, something clicked. I was done. I walked over slowly, keeping my voice steady. "Sarah, can we talk?" "Outside." She rolled her eyes, actually rolled them, and sighed dramatically, like I was interrupting her fun. "Alex, seriously? Right now? It's just a party." But she slid off Mike's lap, grabbed her drink, and followed me to the backyard. It was quieter out there, string lights flickering, a few smokers chatting in the corner. We found a spot by the fence. "What's your problem?" she started, crossing her arms. "You're acting like I did something wrong." I took a breath, keeping calm. "Sarah, you were sitting on his lap, his arm around you, in front of everyone. That's not like a brother. That's disrespectful as hell." She laughed, and shook her head. "Oh my God, Alex, grow up. It's innocent. Mike and I are just friends having fun. If you're this jealous over nothing, that's on you. I've told you a million times, he's family to me. You're being so insecure right now." "Insecure? This isn't about jealousy. It's about boundaries. We've been together 3 years, and you're acting like I'm the crazy one for expecting basic respect." Her tone shifted, getting sharper, more defensive. "Respect? Like how you respect me by questioning every guy I talk to. Newsflash, Alex. Not everyone's as boring and predictable as you. Mike gets me. He's fun, spontaneous. We vibe on a level you and I haven't in months. If you can't handle that, maybe we're not compatible anymore." There it was, the twisted logic pouring out. She was flipping it, making me the villain for daring to call her out. "So what? You've been emotionally checking out with him? All those late nights, the texts, that was vibing?" She shrugged, smug as ever. "Call it what you want. I deserve someone who matches my energy, not drags me down with all this negativity. You've been so safe lately. Turning down that promotion to stay here? That was sweet, but it's like you're afraid of change. Mike pushes me to be better, to live a little. And yeah, maybe we've gotten closer. But that's because you've been distant." "Distant? I supported you through your layoff, Sarah. I skipped my own opportunities for us. And this is how you repay that, by humiliating me publicly." She stepped closer, her voice lowering but laced with condescension. "Humiliating you? Please. No one's even paying attention. You're overreacting because you're threatened. If you trusted me, this wouldn't be an issue. But fine, if you want to make it one, let's just end this now. I need space from your controlling bullshit anyway. Go home, Alex. I'll crash at a friend's tonight." I stared at her, the woman I'd built a life with, now twisting everything to justify her betrayal. No apology, no remorse, just excuses and blame. It hurt like hell, but in that moment, I felt a strange clarity. Begging? No way. Confronting Mike? Pointless. I wasn't going to give her the satisfaction of an outburst. "All right," I said evenly, pulling my keys from my pocket. "If that's how you feel, keep it in the family." I looked her dead in the eye, then turned and walked away, through the party, past the stairs, out the front door. No looking back. She didn't follow at first. I got in my car, drove home in silence, the betrayal sinking in like a slow burn. By the time I pulled into our apartment, my phone was blowing up. Texts. "Wait, what? Alex, come back." Then calls, one after another. I let them ring, counting, 47 by morning, a mix of "we need to talk" and "you're being ridiculous." Voicemails escalating from confused to pissed. "How dare you just leave like that? Call me back." I didn't. Instead, I poured a drink, sat on the couch we'd picked out together, and let the confusion wash over me. Why had I ignored the signs? Was I really that blind? The unfairness of it all gnawed at me. Years of loyalty, tossed aside for some fun guy. But I didn't text back, didn't rage post online. Just breathed, packed a bag of essentials, and crashed on a buddy's couch that night. The silence was my armor. Waking up the next morning on my friend's lumpy sofa, reality hit hard. My phone was dead from all the notifications, more texts from Sarah, a few from mutual friends asking what happened. I charged it just enough to see the chaos. "Alex, please answer. I didn't mean it like that." Mixed with angrier ones. "Fine, ignore me. Shows how much you care." Mike hadn't reached out, of course. Why would he? I didn't respond. Instead, I focused on logistics. Our lease was in both names, but I could afford to break it if needed. I headed back to the apartment mid-morning, half expecting her there. She wasn't, probably still at the friend's place, which I now suspected was Mike's. I packed methodically, clothes, laptop, important docs. Left her stuff untouched. No note, no drama. By afternoon, I'd secured a short-term rental in a quieter neighborhood across town. Nothing fancy, just a studio to regroup. That evening, I unblocked her temporarily to send one message. Apartment's yours for now. I'll handle my half of the rent until the lease ends in 3 months. We can sort belongings later. Then, blocked again. No emotions, just facts. Social media? I deleted my accounts. Didn't need the temptation to stalk or the public spectacle. Mutual friends got a brief heads up. Sarah and I are done. Appreciate if you don't get in the middle. Most respected it. A couple pride, but I shut it down politely. The days blurred after that. Work became my anchor. I threw myself into projects, finally pursuing that overdue promotion. My boss noticed the shift. You've got fire now, Alex. I hit the gym, something I'd slacked on while prioritizing us time. Runs cleared my head. Weights built resolve. Internally, it was rough. Nights replaying flashbacks of our good times, questioning if I'd been too safe, like she said. The confusion lingered. Why cheat emotionally, then deny it? The unfairness burned, but I sat with it, journaled a bit, talked to a therapist friend recommended. No rebound flings, just rebuilding me. Sarah's attempts trickled in through other channels. Emails at first. We need to talk about our stuff. And us. I responded only to practicalities, like dividing bills. Then, silence from my end. I vanished from her world, focusing on growth. It wasn't easy, but dignity felt better than desperation. A couple weeks passed in that quiet limbo. I settled into my new studio, minimalist, but mine. No shared clutter, no walking on eggshells. Work picked up steam. I nailed that promotion I'd passed on before, which meant longer hours but a fatter paycheck and a sense of purpose. I started traveling solo on weekends, short drives to nearby trails, clearing my head with hikes I'd always talked about but never prioritized. Internally, the betrayal still stung, like a bruise that throbbed when I least expected it. I'd catch myself wondering about her, but I'd redirect. Gym session, new book, anything to build forward momentum. The unfairness lingered. Why did loyalty get me here? But sitting with it taught me resilience. I wasn't broken, I was evolving. Then, the updates started trickling in from the grapevine. At first, it was subtle. Mutual friends mentioning Sarah in passing, their tones hesitant. Heard she's been rough, one said over coffee. I didn't pry, but pieces fell into place. Turns out, after I walked out, she dove headfirst into things with Mike. Posted cryptic stories online about new beginnings and embracing excitement. From what I gathered, they crashed together that night, and she moved some stuff to his place within days. Our apartment, she kept it, but friends said it looked messy, like she wasn't coping. Karma didn't take long to show up. About a month in, Mike's true colors emerged. He'd always been the fun guy, but behind the scenes, unstable as hell. Friends whispered he'd been bouncing between jobs, got fired from his last one for showing up late too often, flirting with coworkers. With Sarah, it started great. Parties, late nights, the vibe she craved. But then the cracks. He'd get jealous if she talked to other guys, control her social media posts, yell over small things. One night, it escalated. He accused her of using him for stability. Ironic, right? And things got physical. Not full-on abuse, but enough shoving and screaming that she bailed to a friend's couch. Mike dumped her the next day via text. This isn't working. You're too dramatic. Ghosted after that. Turned out, he had a history. Exes came out of the woodwork online, sharing stories of his flings and unreliability. Sarah? She unraveled fast. Lost a big client at work because she was distracted, posting passive-aggressive rants that backfired. Friends started distancing themselves. A few who defended her at first saw the hypocrisy when details leaked about the party. She played you dirty, man. One texted me. Her reputation took a hit. People whispered she was the one who'd cheated emotionally all along. Financially, it hit harder. She couldn't swing the full rent alone, especially after blowing cash on fun outings with Mike. Subtweets hinted at debt. When life kicks you down, she became isolated, family stepping in, but not enough. I heard through the chain she regretted it, but pride kept her from admitting full fault. The decline was gradual, weeks of denial, then the spiral. It felt earned, not vengeful, just consequences catching up. Me? I watched from afar, detached, focusing on my arc. The silence I'd chosen paid off, clarity without the mess. By month 2, the practical stuff forced contact. We had to sort the lease and belongings. I'd left most furniture, but needed my half of the deposit. I unblocked her for a neutral email exchange. Let's meet at a coffee shop to sign papers. Neutral ground. She agreed, but showed up looking frazzled, hair messy, eyes red like she hadn't slept. I kept it businesslike, sliding over the forms. Alex, she started right away, voice shaky. Can we talk? Not just about this. I shook my head calm. This is about the lease, Sarah. Sign, and we're good. She leaned in, desperation creeping in. Please. I messed up. Mike was a mistake. He's an asshole. I see that now. I was stupid, chasing excitement when I had everything with you. Remember how we used to plan trips? We can fix this. Her words twisted like before, admitting fault but slipping in excuses. It wasn't cheating, not really. Just flirting gone wrong. You overreacted that night, but I get why. Let's start over. I miss us. I sipped my coffee, unmoved. No, Sarah. We're done. Sign the papers. She teared up, but signed. As I stood to leave, she grabbed my arm. Wait, call me later? Think about it. I pulled away gently. Goodbye. Blocked her again on the way out. That opened the floodgates. Texts from burner numbers. Alex, I need you. I'm sorry. Calls at odd hours. Voicemails progressing from pleading, I love you, let's talk, to guilt tripping, after all I did for you. You're heartless. I ignored them, but she roped in others. Her sister called first. Alex, you're breaking her. She cries every day. Be the bigger person, give her closure. Toxic as hell, like it was my job to fix her mess. I hung up, blocked. Friends next. Hers, not mine. One messaged, dude, Sarah's a wreck. Mike screwed her over bad. She knows she was wrong. At least hear her out. Another showed up at my new gym, awkward as anything. She's changed, man. Family's worried. She's not eating, posting crazy stuff online. I nodded politely. Appreciate the concern, but no. They were unpleasant, pushy, like I owed her redemption. By month 3, desperation turned angry. She showed up at my work lobby one day, demanding to see me. Security buzzed. I came down to defuse. What are you doing here? Her eyes flashed. You think you can just disappear? After 3 years? I gave you everything, and you walk away like I'm nothing? Mike was a fling because you were boring. Admit it. Now I'm alone, broke, and it's your fault for not fighting. Hypocrisy on full display, blaming me again, revealing her true colors. Sarah, leave. This is over. She yelled as security escorted her. You'll regret this. No one else will put up with your safe bullshit. Friends later said she ranted online, but deleted when backlash hit. Mutual circle turned, exposing her manipulation. The attempts peaked with her mom calling. Young man, you're destroying my daughter. She needs help. Be decent and talk. Unpleasant, guilting like I was the villain. I said firmly, respect my boundaries, and blocked. It was exhausting, but I stayed composed. No sympathy, no engagement. Her power plays failed. I was building a life where she couldn't touch me. Emotional shifts were clear, from smug cheater to desperate hypocrite. Power reversed. She chased, I detached. Fast forward to 6 months post-breakup, a mutual friend's wedding. I debated skipping, but it was a close buddy. Plus, I'd moved on. New promotion meant travel perks. I'd just returned from a solo hike in the mountains, feeling grounded. And yeah, I'd met someone. Emily, kind, adventurous without the drama. We clicked naturally. She respected my pace, built me up. I brought her as my +1 low-key. The venue was beautiful, outdoor garden, string lights like that fateful party. I mingled, laughed, felt free. Then, I spotted Sarah across the lawn, alone, looking worn, dress ill-fitting, like she'd lost weight. Our eyes met. She beelined over during cocktail hour. Alex, she whispered urgently, glancing at Emily beside me. Can we talk? Privately. I stayed calm, hand on Emily's back. Sarah, this isn't the place. She ignored that, desperation peaking. Please. I've been a mess without you. Mike was abusive, isolated me, took my money. I'm in therapy now, fixing myself. I see what I lost. You were my rock. I was stupid to throw it away. Let's try again. I love you." Her voice cracked, but I saw the hypocrisy, still framing it as her growth, not my pain. Emily squeezed my hand supportively. I nodded to her, then turned back. "Sarah, don't be insecure. I'm like a stranger to you now, remember?" She blinked, my words mirroring her gaslighting from the party. "What? Alex, that's not fair. I was wrong, but it's exactly fair," I said firmly, voice even. "You chose excitement over respect, justified it with twisted logic, humiliated me publicly. Now, I've built something better. Promotion, travels, real connections. You're a memory, a lesson in boundaries, but irrelevant to my happiness." Her face crumpled. "You don't care? After everything. I care about my peace," I replied, definitive. "And protecting it means no room for this. Good luck, Sarah. Truly." She stood there, tears welling, as Emily and I walked away. Later, friends said she left early, alone, while I danced the night away. The contrast was stark. Her failure on display, my growth shining. Ironic twist. She saw the upgrade firsthand, realizing too late what better meant. Final thoughts. Reddit. Betrayal sucks, but dignity wins. I'm thriving. New city transfer soon. Emily by my side. Sarah? Faded footnote. If you're in this spot, walk away clean. Karma handles the rest. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.